As you guys probably know by now, Tuesdays are a special day in the Call of Duty community because Tuesdays are the days of the week that we get updates. And today is actually kind of a special one because it's January 15th, aka 115 Day, aka Zombies Day. But as far as today's update goes, it doesn't just include zombies. Of course, there is a really big zombies update, but on top of that, there is also some big changes to Blackout and multiplayer as well. On top of that, there are also some things in this update that aren't included. In fact, one thing that was completely removed from the game altogether. And don't worry, we'll talk about all of that throughout this video. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know that later today over on Twitch, I am going to be streaming some Black Ops 4 and all of the new content that was added today. I'm going to be doing an open lobby, so if you've ever wanted to play some Black Ops 4 with me, check out my Twitch. It'll be the first link down in the description. I'm going to be doing like a 5-hour stream later today, so we're going to include every game mode, including multiplayer, Blackout, and I may even end the stream with some zombies, which I don't normally do. So if you're interested at all in live streams, like I said, first link down in the description will be my Twitch, and hopefully I see you there. But without further ado, let's jump into it and actually talk about what was in this update, because there is quite a bit. And I guess since it is Zombies Day, we're going to do something we don't normally do on this channel and talk about the new zombies stuff that was added in this update. And the biggest thing that they added is a new game mode for zombies called Gauntlet. So Gauntlet is once again zombies. This one that they have added takes place on the map Voyage of Despair, and it is called Unsinkable. Now, it's unclear how often they are going to be adding these new Gauntlet events to Black Ops 4, but it would be cool if they did it once a week, once every couple weeks. That way it keeps it fresh and really changes up how you play zombies. Now, how do these game modes actually work? So as far as Gauntlet goes, every single zombies round, it gives you an objective, and they start off relatively easy. For example, the very first round was complete this round without taking any damage, and in the early game that is very, very easy. And then, of course, throughout the game, they get more and more difficult. For example, later on, one of the things was to re-pack-a-punch a weapon. So, in other words, not just pack-a-punch it once, but twice. And not only did one person have to do it, every single person in the lobby had to do it. And then around round 16 or 15, I can't remember, is when it got really difficult. What we had to do in that round is the only weapon you were able to use is the lever action rifle. And the lever action, first of all, isn't very good, so basically the only way you could do well with it is to pack-a-punch it, but there's also a ton of zombies spawning in, so really, it's not so easy. And then the round we ended up dying on was round 18, where you were unable to pick up any power-ups, which sounds easy. However, all of the zombies drop extra power-ups, and some of the times you just kill a zombie and the power-up spawns in right on you, and you have no choice but to pick it up, and you're kind of screwed. Then throughout this, you can fail objectives 3 times, but on the 3rd time, you're done, game over, you have to start all over again. Now, because I only made it to round 18 out of 30, that means I got a bronze medal. Basically, the way it works, make it to round 10 bronze medal, 20 silver medal, and 30 gold medal. And at each of these tiers, you unlock a new item. For example, for getting bronze medal, I actually got a calling card. Now, my friend the Lucario Project got to round 21, so he got a silver medal. Once again, he got a calling card. At this point, I think it's unknown what you get after completing the 30th round, but hopefully it's something pretty cool. Now, it is important to note that a lot of the objectives require your whole team to complete them, so communication is absolutely key. Not to mention, every single time you play Gauntlet, all of the rounds are exactly the same. So what this means is you can take the list that you're given and use that in the next game to know what's coming up and better prepare yourself. And I know that this new game mode isn't going to be for all players, but personally for me, I like that they added an objective to it. It almost reminds me a little bit of Extinction from Call of Duty Ghosts, which I actually really liked. So personally, I enjoy this, and this is actually something that's going to get me to play a little bit more zombies. Now, on top of that, in zombies, they added some new elixirs. The first one's called Perk Up. It's an epic, and for this, you gain 4 additional random perks that are not in your loadout. The second is Refreshment. This one refreshes the cooldowns for equipment, perks, and special weapons for your entire team, which is cool. And then finally, Conflagration Liquidation. Hopefully I said that right. And this one, you spawn a bonfire sale power up. And aside from just bug fixes and optimization to zombies, that's pretty much all they changed. If you want to know all of that, I'll always link the patch notes down in the description. And on top of that, you can just go check out another zombies YouTuber. As you guys know, I'm mainly MP and Blackout. I don't focus too much on zombies on this channel. Now, moving on to multiplayer. So the first thing for multiplayer is new featured playlists. So the big one this week is Chaos Control, but you also have Team Tactical Mosh Pit, Mercenary Deathmatch Mosh Pit, Mercenary Hardcore Mosh Pit, and finally Team Deathmatch 100, which I really like. All it basically does is up the score limit to TDM to 100, so your games are a little bit longer. After this, we have the Black Market, and really we don't have a ton of new items here. First of all, the weekly item is the reactive camo called Mast. After that, you have a outfit for Seraph, and then a couple of gestures, reticles, and tags. But really, nothing too new or exciting there. And then as far as the special orders, the Richtofen is back, so if you missed that one's here, and Copperhead for battery. So as far as new game modes or Black Market content, really not too much new this week. However, there are a couple more changes to multiplayer. First of all, for those of you asking, no, the Titan has still not been nerfed, and for those of you who are going to say it again, yes, I know the Titan has already been nerfed once, I'm waiting for it to get nerfed again, but I'm slowly starting to think that maybe Treyarch is just never going to touch it, and it's going to be a god gun throughout the whole game life cycle. As far as what else has changed, first of all, Elevation and Madagascar, the two new maps to the Black Ops Pass owners, have been added to the regular playlist, so if you're just playing in regular Team Deathmatch Domination, you actually may possibly get those maps now. Which I'm really excited to play more Elevation, and I'm really not excited to play more Madagascar. I really don't like that map. On top of this, Zero got a little bit of a nerf, so now hacked enemies are now able to use their specialist items and weapons, which I actually don't think is a good thing. I thought of Zero as a character who could counter specialist items and equipment, making it so your enemies can use them a little bit less, but now that is not the case. Hacking them just basically disables their HUD, kind of like a system hack from Advanced Warfare. Now, the two other things that were changed in multiplayer is, first of all, Cold-Blooded got a buff. Cold-Blooded is now going to give the score streaks a target delay of 7 seconds instead of 5 seconds like it was before, so you get 2 extra seconds. Now, the other perk that got a buff is Team Link. Team Link's radius got a buff of 9%. I still think this perk is next to useless. Some people who play hardcore use it, but still, I think there's absolutely way better perks than this one to use. And that's pretty much it from multiplayer. Not a ton of huge changes. I expected some weapons to be updated, nerfed, buffed, that kind of thing, but really, not much really changed. And then finally, we have Blackout. So as far as Blackout goes, the big change that they made is to looting. So before looting, you'd run up to someone, look in their bag, and you had to scroll through all of their items. What they've done now is when you open up someone's bag, there is 3 rows of items that you can potentially pick up scrolling through them. And then if you press L1 or R1, you can go page by page to see 3 more rows of things. So essentially, you're looking at 15 items at a time. And honestly, I think this is quite a welcome update. It makes looting so much faster in Blackout, so I'm glad to see this finally in the game. Now, another thing that happened in Blackout is concussions got a very tiny bit of a nerf. Now, concussions are still as strong as they were before, but you can no longer stack 2 in one slot. Before, you could carry 2 in one inventory slot. Now you can only carry 1 in one inventory slot. And personally, I think there should be much more of a nerf than this, but you have to remember this is the same way that 9 bangs originally got nerfed in Blackout before they got removed altogether. So it's possible they could still get removed, but as of right now, they're still there. You can just only stack them in groups of 1 as opposed to 2 now. Now, the final thing with Blackout is a new game mode in Blackout. Now, it's currently not in the game, but they said that it is coming later this week, and it is called Down But Not Out. And this is going to be a crazy game mode. So it's a limited time game mode, and what it is if you're playing in duos or squads, what happens is if 3 of your squad mates die, but you stay alive, the next time the circle starts moving in, your whole team drops back in from the sky. So as long as one of your teammates stays alive, your whole team can come back alive and get back in the fight, which is absolutely insane. This is going to make the final zone so chaotic at the end of a game of Blackout. It's going to be really interesting to see how chaotic and how interesting this is to play. Another absolutely huge piece of information is that Blackout is going free to play. Well, it's kind of going free to play. It's going to be free to play from the 17th of January to the 24th of January. So the question is this indicative of Blackout eventually going separate to Black Ops 4 and selling by itself? I don't know, but it's interesting that they're offering a free trial for Blackout, but not the rest of Black Ops 4. And like I said, that'll go from the 17th to the 24th. I also forgot to mention it before, but Zombies is going to have double XP, double weapon XP, and double Nebulum Plasma from the 15th to the 18th for Zombies Day. Now, as far as things that were not added in this patch that we know are coming out this month is, first of all, League Play or Ranked Play. They said that that's coming out at the end of January, and they didn't give us any information on that today. The second thing is Mastery camos for Zombies and for Blackout. So they announced that they are adding these Mastery camos, not exactly how they're going to work, but that they are adding them, and that they should be coming within the month. Now, the one interesting thing that happened when this update came out is that the armory in Blackout was temporarily disappeared. However, when it returned a couple of minutes ago, there is no Mastery camos as of right now. So we're still waiting to see what that's going to be all about, but assumably it's going to be some sort of dark matter that you can earn through Blackout. And of course, as always with this type of news, I will keep you updated when we find out more information. The other weird thing is, remember how I told you earlier that one of the featured game modes was Team Tactical? Well, now that has been removed and replaced with Map Pack Mosh Pit, which is really weird. I don't know if they're going to be switching it back, but as of right now, that's what it's looking like. But guys, that is all of the information for update 1.11 for Black Ops 4. If you want to read the full patch notes, as I said before, they will be linked down in the description, along with my Twitch, which, as you're watching this, I'm probably streaming, so if you're interested in that, come check it out. Also, if you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button. As always, it does help out the channel. Also, if you like what you see here and want to stay up to date on all my content, the best way to do so is make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on. On top of that, if you hate something in this update, if you liked something in this update, feel free to let me know down in the comments, as I'm always curious to hear what you guys have to say. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
Maybe you should take it slow.